Yo, what's going on YouTube? It's your boy The Four Pills, and I'm back again with another YouTube video. And first of all, I want to apologize for my recent absence. The last couple of days I haven't been feeling too well, which is why obviously I didn't really upload on the channel the last like 4 days or so, and I wasn't streaming as much. But I'm feeling better now, so here we are. And yeah, this is a like highly anticipated video. Today I'm going to bring you guys my beginner to intermediate Nina guide for Tekken 8. A lot of people have been asking for me to do this, and I've been preparing, and here I have it for you guys, man. So let's get into this. Okay, so firstly I want to talk about Nina's highs, mids, and lows. I want to talk about the best highs, mids, and lows that she has, and we're gonna go down the list, right? So let's start with the highs. First of all, she has 1-2. Right, now 1-2 is very important, as simple as it looks. 1 is 10 frame startup, so it's extremely quick, probably the quickest thing you have. And the 1-2 goes into sidestep. Now I know when people hear sidestep with Nina, they're like, oh, she's hard to play, all these sidestep stuff. This is very simple, trust me. This is a beginner to intermediate guide. This is simple. She has 1-2, which goes into sidestep. You do 1-2 into down or 1-2 into up, and she follows with a sidestep after she does the attack. Now, why is this so important for Nina? Because she does 1-2 sidestep, which can go into multiple different follow-ups after that. So you have 1-2 sidestep 1, 1-2 sidestep 4, which is a low, 1-2 sidestep 2, which is a launch, and she has a lot of options. If you do 1-2 sidestep 1, this can then go into a, if you press forward after that, it then goes into a forward dash, which is extremely good because it goes into even more follow-ups. So you do 1-2, 1-2 sidestep 1 forward, 1-2 sidestep 1 forward, just like that, right? And then she has multiple attacks on this. If you press 1 after that, into 1, she then does her down forward 1, which is this move here, right? But she does this after the dash, naturally. Or she can do forward 3, which gives you a slide, which is a low. Or she can do forward 2, which is actually a he engager here. You can do forward 4, which goes into the knee, which this is a mid, but it actually goes into a full conversion also. So as you can see, simply from using 1-2, you can create opportunities for yourself. And that just opens up the whole creativity with Nina in general. So I know that was a lot for the first point, but I wanted to make that clear. Her 1-2 opens up a lot of opportunity for Nina, and it's fairly simple to do as well at base level. Now, the second one I would say is she has back 2. Back 2-2. This is high. Decent damage, +5. You're in front of your opponent's face, and it's still your turn again after, right? So you don't need to end your turn after this at all. Yeah, again, decent damage. There's not too much to this move in general, unless you were to do back. Well, we'll get into that's more advanced, so I won't add that in. But back 2-2, decent damage in your face, and yes, it's a good move to use in general. Unblock is not too punishing on block as well. Then she has forward 3, this one right here. Decent damage, and you get OK or knockdown. You can dash up to your opponent. OK or knockdown. Decent damage. It can be ducked. Obviously, it's a highs can be ducked, so be careful how you use these moves. However, this is a decent move to throw out as well. What am I missing here? 1-4. Move right here. High. Again, this is from your 1, so it's from your jab. So this is extremely quick, right? One of the quickest things you can do in retaliation to your opponent's doing things. So I'd say 1-4, a very quick and easy high that you can use. Now, all highs are pretty risky because they can be ducked, right? So let's go into some mids that I think are very important for this character. So first of all, you have down forward 1, pretty basic, right? But this is a good mid. You know what I'm saying? It's a jab, 13 frames. Will stop people from ducking, which obviously goes into down forward 1-2. So if you do down forward 1-2. Now, similar to 1-2, which is the first thing we talked about, this also goes into all the exact same follow-ups, that 1-2 had. For this, you can get the exact same thing from down forward 1, like this, right? You can still get the exact same thing. So it doesn't matter if you use 1-2 or down forward 1-2. The only difference here is down forward 1 is a mid, so you'll catch people ducking. However, if you were to do 1-2, people will be able to duck. So you want to be careful with that. Down forward 1-2 might be the safer bet. It just depends on if you need to use a move that is quicker, like 1-2. Now, second mid I would say would be 3+4. This is a homing attack. It's got pretty good range, which is why I think it's a very good mid. This will stop people sidestepping as well as it's homing, and people can't duck it. Can't be ducked at all. This is a very good move. Fairly quick as well. For the amount of range it has, this is fairly quick that you can throw out. Like, look at how far I am here, and it's still here. I mean, very good range, and it's homing. Then I would say you have down back 2. Again, the range is also very good for this. However, this is slower. This is a lot slower than the 3+4. This move would be used for like a hard read. You think your opponent's gonna press a button, because on counter hit you can actually get your you can get a full combo off of it. But we'll get into counter hits a little bit later. I'll say down back 2, very good mid, very good mid. Like, look at the amount of range this goes. Crazy range on that. And then you have 1+4. Mid. Again, this has pretty good range. Not the craziest amount, but it's got pretty good range here. It can still hit your opponent. Now you want to be careful with this. It can be sidestepped, however it can't be ducked as it's the mid. And this is also fairly safe on block as well. So if I was to set my opponent to block here, fence, block all, go. You got only -5 on block, so you're not gonna get punished for using this. Fairly safe. Same goes for this. This is -10 on block, so ideally, realistically, you can get punished with a jab, with a 1-2. However, at this range, you're not gonna get punished because jabs don't reach from this far. So this is fair. These are just fairly safe mids to use. Even the down back 2, -5, so you're not getting punished for using these. These are extremely good mids that you can use for Nina. The next mid she has is 1+2. This is also homing, so we'll catch people backdashing. Fairly quick, 16 frames. It's got decent range, okay range, only because she steps forward as she does it, right? Now this is not the most powerful move to use, however it does create some separation between you and your opponent. So as you can see the pushback on that, it does create some separation. So yes, with mids, the main mids I would say to use for beginners would definitely be 100% be the 1+4, down back 2, 3+4, and of course you have your down forward 1-2 for mids. Those mids alone are pretty fairly simple to use when you're starting off with Nina in general. Let's move on to her best lows. Now we have to be careful with lows because lows in this game are punishable. So I would say the most important low Nina has would be her down back 3. This low right here. Let me show you just the damage that it does. So let me make him stop blocking. Go. It does decent damage. This is punishable on block, so you want to be careful. Kazuya actually is one of the better characters who can punish this on block even better because he's Kazuya. And he's got a 13 frame launcher. So this is -13, so you do want to be careful with this. However, this is not something you really react to. It's fairly quick. And of course on hit you're +4, so your opponent shouldn't be stealing turns. You can take a turn after the hit, you'll be fine. She has down 2. Again, this doesn't do crazy amounts of damage, and you're also 0 after you do this on hit, so nobody really has an advantage here. I try not to use this too much simply because you risk losing your turn afterwards, whereas with down back 3 you don't lose your turn afterwards, right? One of her important lows as well, I would say, is her slide. This is a big part of the game. You do this by doing down forwards, like this, down forward 3. Now look at the distance that traveled. It has extreme range, right? Now this is good for ending round. This is good for just all around keeping your opponent in check, right? So anywhere across the screen, you're always a threat to bring this out. Now the damage on it is decent for the amount of range it actually has also. So be wary of that. This is a very good move to use. Right, now bear in mind, I'm not going to go through her entire moveset. This is the beginner guide, so I'm going to go through the most important parts of the tools that I think are useful for beginners. So lows, what I want you guys to take out of it is her down back 3, down back 2, and now I'm going to introduce you guys to her down forward 3+4, which is this move right here. Down forward 3+4. This at beginner levels is very good. It's fairly slow, however at beginner levels is very useful. And it also allows you to get a guaranteed hit afterward. So if you was to do down back 3+4, your opponent gets hit, you get a guaranteed forward 3. Do that again. There we go. That is guaranteed. Your opponent can't wake up from this. Now you might have to practice the timing on that. However, this is a lot of damage for free. If your opponent doesn't block this, you just get that for free. You can actually get down forward 2. You can actually get that. However, the timing on that is a lot harder and takes some more execution. Can I get that? There we go. However, you guys should stick to doing forward 3, only because it's a lot easier to do. And the damage difference isn't even the greatest anyways between the two. So again, lows, you got down back 3, you got down 2, and you have down forward 3+4 into the guaranteed hit. Those 3 lows alone will do you guys very good starting up learning Nina. Right, so we've gone through some of the highs, we've gone through some of the mids, and we've gone through some of the lows. So let's move on to the next section of Nina. Okay, so now in this section, I want to talk about some of the strings Nina has. This character is very known for a lot of her strings that she has. She has quite a lot of them. Let's talk about this one here. This is a new string which she has in this Tekken. She didn't have this string before. Now the input for this is 1 2 1 into 1+2. So you do 1 2 1 and you get this 1 2 1, and then you do 1+2 at the end. 1 2 1 1+2. Now this is all high. So yes, it can be dark. However, the 1 2 is natural. The 3, if your opponent is constantly pressing buttons, you can catch them with this string on counter hit. But this is a new string. Very useful to use, especially at the wall. She then also has this string here, which is 1 2 4. 1 2 4. Again, this can catch your opponent on counter hit, but we'll get into counter hit later. I'll demonstrate all of that too. He also has down forward 1 2 4. Very good string. She then has down 3 4 3. This string right here might be one of the most used strings for beginner players with Nina. At the beginner levels, this string gets you very far. It gets you very, very far. Down 3 4 3 is an amazing string. This is an amazing string, and a lot of people don't know how to deal with this, especially at beginner levels. So I would say, if you're picking up Nina, this is a string you want to be exploring quite a lot. Now, what else am I missing here? She has this string here. This is just 4 4 4. The input was changed from Tekken 7 to 8. This string here, it goes high, high, low. So yes, it can be dark at the beginning, but this is a very this is a string you wouldn't see at high level too much. However, at beginner levels, this is definitely a spammable, pretty spammable string that Nina has. She has a lot of strings which are pretty difficult for beginners to get used to, or to adapt to in general. What string am I missing next? That might be it for strings, right? I mean, she has this, but I don't recommend using this too much. This is just 1 4 1. It's high, high, mid. I wouldn't say this is one of her best strings. simply because the utility isn't the greatest in general. You know, it doesn't make your opponent guess between low or mid. It's just high, high, mid. If your opponent just holds back, they're just gonna block it away anyways. Oh, here we go. We have the scrub killer mix right here. We have up forward 4 into 3-4. Up forward 4, 3-4. Now this is the killer right here. This is the killer right here. Okay, so the reason why this is so strong is because one, the range on it, he jumps pretty far. See that? He jumps pretty far, right? And then it goes from high to low to high again. And it's really quick. So when you throw this move out, your opponent doesn't have a long time to see what you just did. And a lot of the time, especially against in beginner stages, opponents don't actually see this coming, so they get hit. Even if they block the first hit, they usually get hit low and then high again by the 2 other hits. This is a very tough move to deal with if you're not used to fighting Nina especially. And this can be cancelled too, but that's a bit more advanced, which you don't need to worry about just yet. But yeah, I would say abusable strings Nina has is 100% down 3-4-3, up forward 4-3-4, and I wouldn't say this is abusable. This is definitely useful, but I would definitely say more so this one here, and maybe 1-2-4 as well. Maybe 1-2-4 as well, or down forward 1-2-4. I mean, the second hit can be the last hit can be ducked, but they don't always duck this. Right now, I want to introduce you guys just to a bit of a mind game here. There is one more string. It is down forward 1. Well, you can do 1-2, 1+2. Is this, or you can do down forward 1-2, 1+2. Now the mix between this is when you do your 1-2 into 4, like I said, they can duck the 4th hit. I mean the 3rd hit. However, if you do the same string, but instead of doing 4, you do 1+2, if they duck, they get hit. Because this is a mid, and the 3rd hit of that is a high. So they have to guess between the 2, so you can now mix it up. You can be like, duh, 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 duh. Oh, he started ducking, okay, duh, duh. He can't duck that anymore. So that's sort of a mind game that you can play with your opponents there. Okay, now let's move on to counter hit buttons. These are the best counter hit buttons that I think Nina has. So let's start off with some of them here. Some of the moves may be moves that you've already seen, which I've already demonstrated, but they act differently on counter hit. So we do the key charge. First was forward 3, right? Outside the counter hit, it was just this into Oki, right? But the reason why this is a good high is because on counter hit, you get the crumble state. Now you get a full combo off of this. This isn't a combo video, so I'm not going to do combos. I'm not going to demonstrate too many combos throughout this guide. I'll do a combo guide later on. But yeah, for this, obviously you get a full combo from this. You can get a bunch of stuff, so yeah, that makes it a very good high with good range. Like, look at this. All the way over here. Even if the second hit, even if you whiff the first one, and it's just a second hit, you still get a full combo from this. Still get that. Now, the second thing I would say would be back 4. Back 4 on its own is not the greatest button. It's a high, so it can be ducked. However, on counter hit, you are plus 15 here. So anything 15 frames you can use, I advise you to use back 1+4. Could be this, back 1+4, and then you get a free launcher from this. Now back 4 has pretty good range as well. From here, you can hit your opponent. So anytime you hit this on counter hit, 4 into whatever combo you are comfortable doing at the moment. But that is a very good counter hit button to use. It's specifically only really 4 counter hits in general using this button. Of course, you can use it to poke at your own risk if you're confident. However, when I usually use this button, I'm fishing for a counter hit that I need. Now, more counter hits. Down back 2. We saw this button already. This one was the great mid. Pretty slow. However, on counter hit, crumble state. Now, what do you know about crumble states? You get a combo from this too. Right? Full conversion, whatever you want to do. Right? I'm going to demonstrate too many combos just yet. But yeah, you get a full combo from a counter hit down back 2, which is, again, very, very good. Very, very good. I also want to talk about this string, which we mentioned, this one here. What makes it great is if your opponent presses in between on counter hit here, right, you get the combo state on that too. So when you're doing all these things, combo state, and then you will pick up and get a combo from that too. So yeah, everything I'm showing you, a lot of it complements each other when you get the counter hit. Right, the next counter hit I would say is really good is one that you've seen before, back 2-2, right? On counter hit, you get the 3 hits, back 2-2-2, and all of it hits naturally when you get the counter hit. So this is extremely good. Back 2-2-2, and look at the amount of damage you get, and you're +9, so you're in their face again. Huge damage, still in range to get your attack, and it's your turn. There's no reason to not use this. Outside the counter hit, you get 2 of them. Outside the counter hit, you get 2 of them, and it combos. In counter hit, you get 3, and all 3 of them combo. Okay, now let's move on to her throws. Now here are the best throws you should use as a Nina player. Don't use her generic throws. I would say the best throw you can start off with is her down forward 2-3. Sorry, down forward 2-4. My bad. This one here. Down forward 2-4. This one here is probably my favorite throw as a Nina player. It's a 2 break. A lot of people, when they break throws, they either break with 1. When they're guessing, they either break with 1 or they break with 1+2, expecting you to do 1+2 throw. Very rarely do they start off by trying to break a throw with 2. So this is the one I usually go with first. Down forward 3+4, you get this. Now, if you want to do this, you get a guaranteed follow-up after this too. Similar to when you did down forward 3-4, guaranteed, right? You do throw, 4-4-3, guaranteed as well. And yeah, this is a lot of damage just for doing this throw. That is very good. So I would 100% recommend using this throw. Then the second throw I would say you should use is down forward 1-3. Once they start taking this throw, which is a 2 break, you start doing the 1 break throw, which is down forward 1-3. This one in. Here you don't really get any guaranteed stuff here. However, it's still a good throw, decent damage, 37 damage, and yeah, it's a throw. This is what you should be using to mix your opponent up. Then the third throw I would say is up forward 1+2. This is the 1+2 break. Does more damage than the other one. No guaranteed follow-up. You get more damage at the wall. If I was to go all the way to the wall, he does hit the wall, so it does more damage at the wall. So yeah, these are the 3 main throws as a Nina player I think you should start off by using. And you don't have to use none of the chain grabs yet or anything too tricky. These throws alone, down forward 2+4, guaranteed, down forward 1+3, and up forward 1+2. You could even stick to just using 2 of those throws and you'll be fine at beginning levels. You'll be fine with just 2 of them. Okay, now I want to talk about Nina's best whiff punishing moves. The best button she has for whiff punishing. I'll give you guys about 3 of them. Right? I don't want to overload you guys. I'll give you guys 3 of them. Let me make Kazuya do something in training mode, just so I can actually whiff punish it. Right? Let's see. Let's do this. There we Go. Right. Let's try and whiff punish this. The first one I would advise is back 1+4. I'll show you guys what that looks like. This one here, back 1+4. This is a 15 frame launcher. Fairly quick. Obviously you get your full conversion from it, all your damage, but it's just a very good in the heat of the moment sort of whiff punishment that you can use. Very good. Pretty good range as well, to be honest. Yeah, pretty good range. I'm trying to stand further back. Not that far. You want to hit the first hit. There we go. Pretty good range for it. This is a very good whiff punish tool for Nina. The second one will be down back 3+4, which actually has even more range. He really steps forward into that. This is my favorite one right here. And of course, full launcher, so you get your full combo from it. Whatever you want to get. Right? So this is an extremely good tool. Then the last one I actually recommend is Power Crush. Why? Because it has really good range also. Pretty good damage. Also a heat engager if you're in heat, so then you get this 50-50 here. And if you're not in heat, you just get the damage, and it's also fine. So I actually recommend using her Power Crush, which is forward 1+2, as a whiff punishing tool. It is a very good whiff punishing tool. So those are the main three I would say. Back 1+4, down back 3+4, and her Power Crush. See your opponents whiffing all the time. That's what you want to be catching them with most of the time, when your opponent's just whiffing buttons in your face and they're not actually weakening you, but you want to do something about it, but you don't know what to press. These are the punishes. These are the whiff punishes you want to use. Okay, guys, to keep things short, I'm not going to go through absolutely everything. You guys have to understand, I'm going to make multiple guides on Nina. This will not be the only thing. There'll be combo guides, there'll be heat system guides, there'll be a bunch of guides coming on Nina. I just wanted to touch the base surface of how to play Nina. Let me quickly do a recap of everything we just talked about so that it's clear in you guys' mind, right? So first we talked about the highs. We had the forward 3, right? We had 1-4. We had this string 1 2 1 1+2, right? Highs. Then we had the mids, right? Down forward 1 2 3 4 1 2 3, right? We had that. What else did we have? Mids, we had 1+4, we had 3+4, right? Lows, we had the slide for the lows. Down back 3, extremely important low, use this a lot. Down 2. Strings, what strings did we had? This string, very abusable at beginner levels. Down 3 4 3. We had 4 4 4. What else did we have as a string? Do we have any more strings? I think that was it. What else did we cover? Yes, 1 2 side step. 1 2 side step. 1 2 side step. Make sure you use this a lot. Side step 4. Side step 2 into the launch. You get a full conversion into a combo. Side step 1 into forward 1. Side step 1 into forward slide. 4 3. All of these options, I just want it to be fresh in your mind. If you use all of these together, combine them in small amounts, you'll find yourself having a lot of success with Nina, especially at beginner stages, because he has a wide toolkit, so it's not really clear what to use. But the thing is, you have to pretty much use a little bit of everything to make Nina actually work. You have to use a lot of her tools. You can't just use 1 or 2 things. You have to use a lot of things. But I want these to be fresh in your mind and make sure that you guys use all of these different things. However, these, I would say, are the main things that you guys need. Any beginner Nina player out there, anyone who's been playing Nina for a little bit but you want to get a bit better, this goes to beginners and intermediate players, not so much higher level players. So if you're high rank, this video is probably not for you. I will make an advanced guide for Nina too, and a lot of other guides in general for Nina. Yeah, hopefully this video is able to help you guys. If you have any questions, leave them in the comment section and I will be answering my comments. So if you guys do have any questions, make sure you do say something. I'll reply to you guys. And yeah, man, this is I guess this is the first Nina guide that I've got for you guys. And yeah, I look forward to making a lot more, man. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And as always, I'll catch you guys in the next one.